Good morning. It is Wednesday, I think. Was it Thursday? I'm not even sure. But it's the 5th of October, which means it's MOT day. It is 7:45 in the morning. Garage opens at 8 o'clock. We've got 11 minutes to go, so military precision. But yes, it's D-Day for the doctor. MOT. So obviously, I actually don't expect her to pass, but I'm not expecting any big surprises. So we will see, and you will find out very soon. But I know yesterday I said I couldn't remember the name of the village where we stayed. It's called Angerming. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, bearing in mind I'm now in the UK, I speak the language, and I'm still not even sure I'm pronouncing the village name correctly. But anyway, Angmering, stayed at the Spotted Cow in their car park. Had a lovely dinner. It was one of their new dishes. I only put it on yesterday. It was a big beef rib with mustard mash and buttered broccoli. Woo, lovely. A couple of pints of Guinness. Koa had some champagne, and finished off with a homemade apple crumble and custard. Does it get much more English than that? So yes, slept really well. And you know what? Last night is the coldest it's been so far, and I wasn't cold at all in the van. She may be 30 years old, but she has, you know, all the built-in window blinds for both mosquitoes and, you know, the sun reflective thermal insulation in the sides. And then I bought, before I left, yes, we have the curtains that go around, but when I used the van a while ago, they didn't really keep much warmth in, I didn't feel. So I invested in some Malenko universal thermal blinds, but they're internal, so that's good, because it means, you know, you don't have to take off wet blinds from outside in the morning, you know, with condensation. They're on the inside, and they just use little suckers to stick to the window. It takes literally 2-3 minutes to put up, take down. But you know what? So far, touch wood, absolutely amazing. Too warm, in fact. You know, I'm having to push off the sleeping bag duvet just to cool down a bit. So yeah, happy days, happy days. I know it's going to get colder. We're still only in early October, but that's okay, because when it gets cold, we're running back to Southern Europe. Anyway, what we got? 9 minutes to go. Coming up to a bit of a junction. So it's happening. MOT day. Busy. You see us down in the middle, boys? Where should we park? Hey, visitor parking. There we go. We'll whack it on the end there. Okay, so that's the van dropped off, but very annoying. I mean, I booked this appointment 4 months ago, you know, so everything was planned. Got here as they asked, you know, as they open. There's a queue of people waiting, quite a lot of motorhomes, so obviously they do specialise in them. But they're like, oh yeah, we're going to need it for the day. And I was like, but I specifically booked this so that, you know, I mean, for me, historically, I could be wrong, but an MOT can be done while you wait. Yes, I appreciate it's having a full service, but, you know, do the MOT, you know, I thought I'd be first in, basically. You know, booked in advance, first in, get the MOT done, let me know the damage, and we take it from there. And then, yeah, of course, if it's going to need a service, you're going to need probably a couple of hours in my experience. But no, oh no, we're busy, we're going to need it for the whole day. So I mean, it's not the end of the world, but just not what I was expecting. So we're in Littlehampton, It's Charnock's Automotive where I've dropped it off. So we're going to walk into town. It's about 1.5 kilometers, but we've got the bloody day. Obviously find somewhere to sit and do some work. Somewhere that obviously will accept Koa. Maybe it'll be like a Weatherspoons or something, because they normally allow dogs, I think, from memory. I could be wrong, it could have changed. But anyway, it is what it is. Let's just hope it's good news. So, yeah, back soon. Okay, so we've just had the phone call from the garage for the MOT. It's fouled, but all it has fouled on is an intermittent switch for the fog light. Can you believe it? Well done, the doctor. Amazing news. They said they will take out the switch and give it a clean up, because it is more than likely, it's very common, just some dust and dirt, because obviously the fog light switches don't get used that often. But how amazing is that? Well done, the doctor. Good girl. She's basically passed. I'm classing that as a pass. You know, an intermittent fog light switch. It's not the end of the world, is it? So happy days. We of course celebrated prior to obviously the notification, because I was confident. I didn't tell you that, but I was confident. We had, don't judge me, had a lovely, huge English breakfast with a nice mug of tea in a lovely little cafe, which was overlooking the river. So that was really nice. And now we're just in a park area, a picnic area right by the sea. We're probably going to go for a walk on the beach, I'm not too sure. I've asked a couple of locals and they said that dogs are now allowed on the beach. It sounds like it's very similar to Spain, as in April till the end of September they're not allowed, and then from October onwards they can go back on the beach. So we'll just go down and see if there's any dogs on the beach, and if so, Koa can have a play. I mean, he's already off running around at the moment. He's just over to my right hand side at the moment. You gonna come and say hello? You gonna come and say hello? Come here, come on, come say hello, come say hello. Yeah, well, I might have to move to find him. Oh, he's off again. He's off again. So that's good news. So now they're just moving on to the service. I did ask for a timeline. They still said this afternoon. You know, I've asked them to check belts, change the oil, change the spark plugs, fuel filter, air filter. You know, I want to make sure that we do everything we can to keep the doctor in good order, you know, ship shape and ready to go. So happy days, really, really good news. And again, it's a beautiful day. It was a little bit chilly this morning, but look, I'm back in a t-shirt. I mean, the sun is coming down. There is some clouds in the sky, a little bit of a breeze, but again, it's refreshing. So really, really nice. And Littlehampton is a nice little town, actually. We've had a walk around pretty much all of it, but now we need to find somewhere to do some work. I was thinking here where we are, but there's no shade, and just to look at the computer screen will be impossible. But I saw something earlier on which I think could be suitable, some other little picnic tables by a little pond under some trees. So I'm hoping that could be perfect. The only problem is, of course, no power, no battery, no plug to plug into. So I'll only have the power that is on the devices on my laptop, but I fully charged them this morning, so we should be good for, you know, a good 5-6 hours. So let's head off. I'm so happy that the doctor is in good shape, and yeah, can't wait to move on for our next park up this evening. No idea where it is, so that's something else I need to do, find out where we're going to stay. Okay, catch you later. Howdy doody. Hope you are all well. We actually haven't picked up the camera for about 36 hours since the MOT, really. Obviously, you know what fantastic news that was, so that's brilliant. But we just, you know, we had quite a tight timeline. Well, not tight timeline, but we had a timeline. We had an itinerary, and that was obviously to get back to the UK for the MOT on the 5th of October. And although there was no rush, we kind of like had to keep moving. So each day we had to, you know, do a couple of hours to keep on track to make sure that we got here on time, which we did. But besides now hopping in for an hour, maybe 2 hours, to a place called Autovan's on Tuesday or Wednesday, I forget which day it is, next week, the pressure's off. We can now take our own time. We can stop as long as we want. We don't have to keep moving. You know, if we want to pitch up for a couple of days, we can. So we, someone's talking about Koa's eyes. Everyone recognises Koa's eyes. So we just took some time to ourselves, just to chill out, catch up with some more work. Obviously I'm new to this. Editing takes a long time. I'm not very good at it, so it takes even longer. But anyway, we're back on track. So today we are visiting another English tradition, and that is a car boot sale. So we are at the Ford airfield, West Sussex, I think, for, if you look online, you Google it, what is considered the biggest and best car boot sale in the UK. So I'm expecting big things. Just had someone stop by and admire the Doctor. They were very envious. Picked up our Amazon delivery this morning. Fantastic. I mean, I don't think they do that in Spain. But in the UK here, they have these lockers, don't they, everywhere. So you don't even need an address. You order online, a couple of days, boom, go pick it up. So we have therefore been hanging around in Littlehampton, waiting for that delivery, which we've now got. One more to come tomorrow morning. It may even come this afternoon if we're lucky. And then we'll head over towards Autovan's, which is about an hour and a half drive, heading west towards, I'm going to say towards Bournemouth, towards Plymouth, but it's a little bit inland from there. So yeah, let's go have a look around the car boot. And the great thing about this car boot is it's an airfield, it's all tarmac, it's all concrete. So we're not going to get covered in mud, which is good news. It's not as big as I expected, but it is an absolute Aladdin's cave. Well, it really wasn't what I was expecting. The Ford airfield car boot, completely overrated. So we moved on. I mean, literally 10 minutes up the road, and we have come to explore Arundel, the town of Arundel. We're in it's a public car park, but it's huge. And as you can see, the Doctor's behind me. We're on a nice grass area. There are a lot of cars here at the moment. It was empty when we arrived, but there is a lot of cars here. I'll just spin around and you can see. probably behind me, there is a lot of cars, and this was empty when we came. I'm guessing they're obviously not all going to stay overnight. It's a tenner to spend the night, so really not expensive. But if I spin the other way past the doctor, we are directly underneath Arundel Castle. Now I'm pretty sure we're not going to go in because it's 25 euros. 25 euros? 25 pounds GBP. And I'm not paying that to go and walk around the castle, and I don't think Koa is allowed in there either. So we'll probably just look from the outskirts. I've got the drone with me. We're going to walk into town now, so if I can find a place to take off, maybe even from here actually, maybe a bit later, we'll try and get some aerial shots. But as we drove through Arundel, can't even say it, it looks like a nice town, so we'll have a little walk around. I actually was going to watch the football, Luton Spurs, in the van, but the signal's not good enough, so it kept buffering. Maybe we'll find a pub in town for the second half, who knows. But let's head on and check out this lovely little town. So we are at Autovan Services, Wimborne. Don't know where that is in the UK. I should know. But anyway, we're here. Nothing wrong. It was always part of the plan. Just a couple of little points on the doctor that I wanted changing, just to ensure that obviously as we continue our journey, nothing is going to hopefully sneak up and bite us on the bum. The pressure release valve on the Carver water heater had a slight drip, so I'm having that changed, and there was a small drip from the exit pipe, from the grey water tank to the exit pipe, so just having a bit of silicone put around that, or whatever sealant it is they use, to make sure that we're not dripping and leaking water, because I believe you're not allowed to. So yes, nothing major, but it was planned, it was booked in, and once this is done we will be heading off towards our next destination, which is going to be Wales, to visit a very dear friend who you will find out about in a little while. I'm not too sure when, but I need to go because Koa, I think, has seen a squirrel climbing up a tree, and so we need to go and investigate. border, as we say in Wales, because that's where we are. We came across, is it the Prince Charles or now the King Charles Bridge on the M4 yesterday afternoon. Didn't even realise we were so close. It wasn't the plan to come into Wales yesterday, but here we are. Lovely little car park up in one of the largest, or the largest, ancient wood in Wales. So we're out exploring, as you can see. Terrible night last night. Welcome to Wales. First day of rain overnight, rain this morning. It has cleared up, but it is still, as you can see, overcast, cloudy. It's not cold though. I've got this jacket on in case it rains, but I'm way too hot. I only got a t-shirt on underneath. But I'm with Mr. Koa having a little wander. We saw a lovely reservoir, a house called Dragon. That's it. Not the dragon, just Dragon. And we're not moving today. Now that our necessary appointments are complete, the pressure is off. So we're going to stay in the same place again tonight because it's lovely. And then tomorrow we need to do laundry, need to get some fuel, need to find another gas canister, and then head off to meet my mystery friend tomorrow evening. Very kindly offered to put us up for the night. We're going to go out for dinner at apparently a very nice little local pub that is dog friendly. She also has a little doggy, so I hope Koa and Rupert, which is the name of her dog, those who know her will now know who she is as well. I don't even know why I'm keeping it a secret. And yeah, so it'd be lovely to catch up. And how fun is this? I was walking along, I don't know, 15 minutes ago, and a lady came towards us on a horse. And Koa started getting a bit, you know, edgy. The heckles came up, a bit of, you know, growling. So, you know, obviously I kept hold of him. And as the lady went past, she said, "Is he scared?" I said, "Well, he's not really scared, I don't think. He's seen horses before, but we live in Spain." And as I walked off, I was like, "Nice one, Rich. Good chat. I mean, we live in Spain. What does that mean? They don't have horses in Spain? Idiot." But anyway, off she rode and off we walked. No one was injured, hurt in the making of this clip for this video diary. Okay, gonna put you down. We're walking up to a point which is meant to be a really good lookout point, but I think with the weather today, I've got the drone, it won't be a very good lookout point, but we'll go up and see. So catch you in a bit. morning. Welcome back. We are having a day of necessities. We have lots of tasks that we need to do today. We stayed overnight again in the same place as we stayed the night before. So since we've come to Wales, we got here Tuesday afternoon. We stayed Tuesday afternoon in the same location as we stayed last night, purely because it was fabulous for Koa. And as I said, you know, the woods, the countryside, it was just a fantastic place for him to run. So we've done lots of walking, although he never seems to run out of energy. However, today we're moving on because it is the day that we're going to go and meet my friend and have a night with her. We're going to have a dinner in a country pub. Going to meet another doggy, and yeah, just be really nice to catch up. It's someone that I worked with in Italy many years ago, so yeah, very much looking forwards to that. But what have we done this morning? So first things first, we had to get petrol. As we left the park up, the petrol light came on, so we've done that, tick. Then we had to replace the gas bottle, or one of the gas bottles. I have two. Obviously you use one, empty one, exchange it, refill it, then you've always got a spare. So we've done that. We had to switch last night to the second bottle, and it was interesting how long it's lasted. I mean, I have been using it a lot because obviously I've only been to, you know, a couple of campsites where I can plug in, so I've needed the gas, obviously the fridge, the hot water, the heating. Well, I've only used the heating once actually, so not even the heating. But anyway, long and short of it, it lasted just under 2 weeks, but that's with the fridge on pretty much all the time when I'm not driving. So what I've decided is that maybe I need to, just to try and extend the length of the gas, is, you know, intermittently put the fridge on and off, so get it cool, leave it off for maybe 4 or 5 hours, I'm not sure, I need to work it out. Put it back on, so obviously it brings the temperature down again, and just keep working it like that so it's not on constantly. I don't know if that's good or not. Anyone that has any suggestions, then obviously please pop any notes in the comments and let me know how you would go about it to try and preserve and extend the life of the gas, because it was £40 to get the exchange, and it's only at 2.7, 2.5 kilos. They're only small canisters, and because this size of van, that's all you can use. It's kind of like they've got the monopoly. It's camping gas, and they're so expensive. Having said that, the last one I got, it was in France, but it was 25 euros, so substantially cheaper. So I think obviously now I've got enough gas to last for my time in the UK. Then we'll be back into Europe, where hopefully the prices are going to be more reasonable. So fingers crossed on that point. We had to, or we tried to empty the cassette on the toilet. We went to a campsite, which when I rocked up happened to be a members only, one of these hoity-toity, you know, English upper class campsites where you have to be a member. Again, anyone that knows what I'm talking about, I won't mention the club, but you know, if you're not in, you don't know the special handshake, forget it. So I rocked up. I mean, it was 8:30 this morning. There was no one around, reception was closed, and the disposal point for the toilet was literally 10 meters inside the main gate, which was just one of these car barriers. So I was like, okay, we'll just go for it. So I got the cassette out, was walking back, and cause then Mr. Jobsworth appears from behind a bush in his high-vis jacket with his radio. Excuse me, can I help you? I was like, oh, hi, yes, morning. I would really like to just empty my cassette toilet. You know, I don't want to be one of these people that gives camper vanning and motorhoming a bad name and just dumps their waste in the countryside in the middle of nowhere. He's like, no, you're not a member, you can't use the facilities. I was like, but it's just there. It'll take 2 minutes. It costs nobody anything at all. Everyone's asleep. You know, can I just empty my cassette? No, you're not a member. And then he starts going into this waffle about, you know, if I was to rock up at a gentleman's establishment and want to empty my toilet down there, down their toilet, would they be happy? I mean, he just went off on one. So I politely told him where to go, put the cassette back in the van, and we left. So we still need to do that today. But looking on Park for Night, there's nowhere, absolutely nowhere. So again, if anyone has any suggestions where you can legitimately empty a cassette toilet, please let me know, because maybe I'm missing the point here. But there's not many places on Park for Night that say they have disposal of black water. So I could struggle. I mean, I'm even thinking I have to go to a public toilet and just empty it down a normal toilet. I don't know if I'm allowed to do that though, because of the chemicals that are in there. So we have to sort that one out. And now, sorry, I'm waffling, but now we are doing some laundry, which is why I'm sat here with a cup of tea. Koa was mooching around. He's looking out the window at the front. I don't know if you can see him behind me or not. No, he's that side, so you probably can't. So we're doing some laundry, 40 minutes for the cycle. And then obviously it's got to go into the dryer. So we'll probably be here for an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. So I'm gonna do some work, made a cup of tea. Just had a sausage sandwich. We actually had a sausage and egg sandwich yesterday morning, and we had some leftover sausages because I cooked them all. So we just had a cold sausage sandwich this morning, but I love cold sausages, so that's all good. So yeah, and then after this, we're gonna go and find somewhere quiet just to park up, chill out, and carry on working, doing some editing until 6 o'clock when I'm gonna meet up with my friend. So that's it, that's our day. But yeah, the toilet situation, where to empty it, is a bit of a concern. I'm sure we'll work it out. Anyway, cheers, and catch you soon.